distinguished guests, participants, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. It is indeed my pleasure and honor to participate in the 10 most admired companies of Sri Lanka award ceremony 2020 and address this august gathering this evening. At the onset, let me congratulate the companies who were awarded today as the most admired companies in 2020. Also, let me congratulate the International Chamber of Commerce Sri Lanka, the Chartered Institute of Management Accounts, and Financial Times for organizing this great event for the third consecutive time amidst many constraints, even with COVID-19 pandemic. The event of this nature to recognize the organizations who have excelled in the business, including the value they have created for the customers, employees, and public, are fascinating. And I hope this will certainly encourage the entire commercial sector of this great country, Sri Lanka, to support the stakeholders, build capabilities, and seek for special innovations, as well as venturing abroad into new markets for more revenues during an era that we are facing this COVID-19 pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, the commercial sector is one of the worst hit aspects in the wake of COVID-19 outbreak. The menace which has adversely affected the entire world and often labeled as the most significant socio-economic hiccup in the recent history has arguably retarded Sri Lanka's economy, which mainly depends on the tourism trade, ready-made garments industry, and different types of agricultural exports. Therefore, I understand that every business is under constraints. However, during the last year, you have relentlessly taken the efforts to prevent this country's economy falling to an irreversible level. Therefore, as the head of the National Operations Center for Prevention of COVID-19 pandemic, I would like to thank the commercial sector of this country on behalf of the people of our country, Sri Lanka. With the new normalcy prospects, the government of Sri Lanka has taken many important initiatives and policies to create a favorable trade environment and encourage businesses to support achieving inclusive and sustainable growth. Learning from COVID-19 impacts, new prospects focus on attaining the resilience in the country's economy by increasing the local business opportunities, value adding of exports, increasing finished products, diversifying the exports, moving to renewable energies, exploiting the foreign market demand for specially skilled and knowledge base human capital, increasing the domestic food making capacity, etc. Also, changes to the pattern of living, supply chain, tourism, as well as information and data management will have many other associated changes in the business domain and introduce more opportunities as never before. Therefore, the businesses and the business sector has a significant role to play in time to come for the country's sustainable growth and for our country's development. Moreover, under the new normalcy and a safer environment prevailing in Sri Lanka compared to the other countries in this region will enable the commercial counterparts of Sri Lanka to gain the edge over other competitors, increase their market share, boost stakeholder value, and absorb foreign investments and partnerships. Therefore, I request to grab today's business opportunities in front of you with a positive mind. Cooperation and partnerships are essential tools for the companies to strengthen their capabilities and internationalize the trades. It helps the companies to be resilient and recover soon after any hiccup. This also is an area the government has been strongly supportive of. These initiatives can provide companies with a narrow roadmap to broaden their scope and achieve successes. I hope COVID-19 situation gave us a good opportunity to understand where we stand, how our trades can retarded. Therefore, companies can assess and identify the weaknesses and strengths and areas for improvement, and then act on those via systematic approach to improve business performances. It is often essential to have the prospects or a way forward strategy at least for 5 years, aligning the desired businesses and cooperative objectives with the present standards of the company so that benchmark standards to be achieved after each year and necessary changes in the organization can be decided. The Sri Lanka Army bear the testimony for its usefulness with our higher effective Army Way Forward Strategy 2020-2025. As this award ceremony correctly assessed, caring and consideration of business partners, consumers, and employees, other than the profit, critical cornerstones to measure how successful a company is. Therefore, accolades of this nature enables companies to distinguish themselves, whether they are credible players in the business arena and understand the stability, connectedness, accessibility, and case of doing business compared to other counterparts. Therefore, I must thank the organizers of the event for creating such a culture within the business community. Ladies and gentlemen, once again giving my profound gratitude for International Chamber of Commerce Sri Lanka, the Chartered Institute of Management Accounts, and Financial Times for inviting me for this event as the chief guest. Let me close by congratulating this year's award winners. Your achievements clearly demonstrate the importance of developing strong fundamentals for the future growth, regardless of revenue size or industry sector. As we are striving to overcome today's challenges and seize the tomorrow's opportunities as a country, I hope the success story of tonight's award winners will motivate other organizations to improve their standards and foster effectively in the future economy. I wish you all the best in taking your businesses to even greater heights with health, wealth, and happiness to you and to your beloved ones in time to come. Thank you.